Here's a little taste. Okay, so I've got this package from Darkdragonwing. It's the V8 engine, 3D printed. I've just got to do an unboxing here. So I'm going to cut it open. Mind you, this is my first ever unboxing that I've ever done it on my channel. And first thoughts, it's actually quite well packed. You got some hardware here, bearings, Y cables, little screws, you can see there. And then you got all the engine components in here, you can see there. And then you got a micro servo, and a bigger servo. And I think that's all we've got. Now, kind of putting this together, and I'll be putting it in my Wraith here. Planning on putting it in this beast here. So I'm going to be modifying this chassis, my Wraith chassis, to accept this motor. So it's going to be an interesting build, I guess. So yeah, let's get to it. Now I'm planning on painting the block. Get all these out. I'm trying not to lose anything. It's really well made actually. Print quality is really good on that. That's the block there. Pretty nice block. And you get some supercharger components here. Supercharger. It's really well made. And you got some of the exhaust pipes here. Now the print quality is really good on these. Then you got some fuel rails as well. Yeah. So let's get to putting this together, hey? Okay, so far I've got the oil filter on, and I've got the starter motor on, and next I'm going to be building the alternator. So for the alternator, it needs 2 bearings. So you put a bearing on this side, then a bearing on the back side. And then this pulley. So here we go. I've got the alternator. Got the alternator piece here assembled. Yeah, the alternators are all assembled now, as you can see. Then I'm going to attach the alternator bracket to the side of the block. Okay, the alternator bracket is now mounted to the block. I'm now going to get the alternator and mount it to the mount here. And I'll come back when that's done. So with those mounted, I'm going to move on to getting the motor that runs all the belts into the bottom. I'll zoom you guys out a bit. So we need to open this servo up and get all the bits out of it. First off, get the servo, undo the screws in the back. Inside of this there's clips holding the potentiometer in. Don't know if I'll be able to show you that. Probably can't see in there, but inside the casing there's a couple of clips that are holding the potentiometer in. Just going to release them. And the potentiometer should come out. There we go. When it's out, that's the potentiometer there. Now you've got to get the motor out. Now with the motor, so you just push it down from the top, and that should drop out as well. Just like that. So now that we've extracted that, we have to mount the little fan blade here. Okay guys, so I got this little motor that goes inside the engine block. And I've mounted the little fan that goes to it. Now the next step is to secure this little motor inside the block here and route the cables through to the top. So when I get to doing that, and then you gotta get this board here to sit in there as well. So I want to do that off camera because it's very fiddly, and I'll just show you the end result. But first of all, I'm going to put the little bearings that go in there and in the front in before I close it up, because it'll be hard to access. So I'll do that on camera right now. Get my little bearing. Those are situated, I'm gonna move on to the next step, which is putting this fan in there, this motor and fan, because that's the one that runs the motor. So I'll be back when I'm done with that, and we'll continue on from there. Okay, now I've got the motor sitting where it's supposed to sit in there, and these cables there get routed around there, and then that board sits there, and then the potentiometer slides into that slot that sits there, and so you can adjust how fast you want the auto to go, and that's sitting there pretty nice actually. So let's move on to the next step, which will be installing the pulley on the bottom there, with the crankshaft pulley or the harmonic balancer. So for that one we need one of these rods which just goes straight in. Well, it should just go straight in. just bear with me here, I'll get that done for you off camera and show you when it's done. And here's the crankshaft pulley right here. That's what's going to be going in the bottom there, so yeah. Alright guys, so now we've got the main pulley mounted to the fan on the bottom, the fan and the motor on the bottom. It's the main pulley or the harmonic balancer. And now we're going to move on to building the supercharger. Now that this bottom end's complete, we're going to build the supercharger. So for the supercharger, with the butterflies here, so I'm going to need to undo that and put the butterflies in, and then build the main body of the supercharger. Alrighty, I'll get that done and I'll get back to you. And, so I got the first part of the supercharger built. I'm just going to choose the butterflies here, open and closing. It's really hard to do this by hand, but yeah, there you go. Butterflies, opening and closing. Now I'm going to build the rest of the body of the supercharger. So let's putting that on there and putting all the pulleys on it as well. So I'll get that done and get back to you. Now okay, so now the supercharger is fully built. I just got to secure the idler gear here so it stops moving around. But yeah, everything's built. The pulley spins freely there, and the butterflies open and close. All I need to do now is put the micro servo into the side there, and but I'm not going to put it in yet. Here's a micro servo. That's a micro servo there, and that slots into the side there, so that cable drops in through the hole, and the micro servo sits in there. But I'm going to paint the servo first before I put it in there, just so it blends in. So I'm not going to put that in at this moment. So I'm going to go paint that now, while I do the rest of the engine, so that when I'm ready to put that in, it's ready to go in. So I'll paint that now, and then I'll go up by putting the intake manifold on the heads and the intake manifold on the block, and yeah, we'll keep moving on with that. But I think I'll mount the fuel rails on now as well. Actually, no, I'll put the servo on first and then mount the fuel rails. So yeah, I'll get that done. Then we'll move on to the next step. So I'll go paint the servo and I'll come right back. Okay guys, now it's time to put the cylinder heads on. And yeah, let's get started with that here. I've got the that's micro servo that's meant to go in the blower. Got that drying right now. I just painted it. So let's get this cylinder head on, shall we? The screws are tiny. There we go. So we're still installing the first cylinder head here. That's one on. Now for the other side. Okay, so now we've got the cylinder heads on there. What did I just drop? Yeah, now we've got the cylinder heads on there. I'm gonna start assembling the intake manifold here. So yeah, we get that done, and get back to you. So it looks like the servo wire that comes in. It comes in from in there, goes through that hole there on the top of the intake manifold plate, and passes through the back there, then goes through that hole and goes through here, and comes out the back there. As you can see, there's a little notch for it to come out the back. See that little notch on the back right there? The cable comes through there, and this sits there, and the cable comes through and at the back here. So yeah, I'll go get that servo, and we'll get it mounted on the charger, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so here's the little servo. I've painted it grey just so it can blend in with the rest of the charger, because it's grey as well. But I might paint the rest of this. I might take this apart later if I decide to, and paint it a different colour. But at the moment, I'm just going to go with this. Going to get this micro servo in there. Okay, so now I've got the servo in there. The servo's in there nicely in the side there. All ready to go. Now I'm going to mount it to the... so it sits in there like that. So now I'm going to stick the cable through that hole in the base there. And out the back. Most of these parts are really tight fitting, so yeah, you just have to work them in there. And then you mount the top plate, the block there. So let me just... That's mounted. I can now get this situated on the top there, pull the cable through, and get this situated on the top. And screw that down too. Now it's starting to look like slowly look like an engine. Got all the pulleys on there all working. Okay, now I think I'm gonna mount the water pump on there. Just this guy here. It's a water pump. As you can see there, pretty good detail. We'll mount him on the top there. Water pump fitted, and now I'm going to mount, there you go, that's the water pump fitted, and now I'll be mounting the distributor. That's the next guy, distributor. It's going to go on now. So for the distributor, we've got these two parts here to just mix up the distributor. So I'll get that situated on there, and we'll mount the distributor into its spot. Alright, now that we're back, we've got the distributor on, and now we're going to put the rocker covers on. So yeah, we'll get to that. First rocker cover on. Okay, now that we're back, it's starting to look complete now. Got everything all situated, like got the rocker covers on there, got the water pump on there, got the distributor on there. Now I'm going to put the sump on. So we'll get the sump on. So here's the sump. Situate sump. Back on there, sump's on. So now move on to the fuel rails. So we've got the fuel rails here. And I'll stick the fuel rails on there. fuel rails on there. Now move on to, I'm not going to put the exhaust manifolds on yet because of fitting issues in the model, but I'll put the we'll put the engine mounts on, and then we'll put the belt on and see if she runs. So first of all, put the engine mounts on. Put both engine mounts on. Then I'll put the belt on and tighten the belt on and tighten this pulley, idler pulley here. So I'll start with the accessory belt, which goes to the alternator. There we go, the alternator spinning as well. And then we do the main pulley belt, the charger, and then to the side here. Now I want to tighten this. That pulley's been tightened. There you go. So we got that all mounted up. Now we're going to move on to putting the bell housing on. Here's the bell housing. I'm just going to cover all this wiring. It's got a hole to go through inside there. So yeah, we'll get that mounted up. So we've got that bell housing on there. Bell housing's on there. You can adjust your potentiometer through the hole in the top there. Yeah, so now I'm going to attach the rods, the rod that goes to the servo, to the butterflies there. So yeah, the rod that goes from the butterflies to the servo. So this rod Now I'm going to plug it into a receiver so I can calibrate this servo so that it doesn't snap this when I turn it on. So just bear with me. Alright guys, so she's all finished now. I've got it all hooked up, but the little servo on the side there is not working, so I'm going to have to get another one of those. But yeah, everything else seems to be working fine. It's running well. As you can see, it's idling right now. It accelerates. Now just got to put all the cables from the distributor to the spark plugs. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And then catch you guys in the next episode where I put it in my Wraith. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe. Thank you.